Well, it's that time, folks. It's that time. And if you ain't been paying attention to our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, then you missed out on a lot. You know why? Because she did something that was unexpected, that was expected by every single person in the community. You know what she did? She went and found herself another job. Did she go out there and do some resume? Nope. Instead, she found a job on YouTube, folks, like a little part-time job or something. And you know what it is? She gonna be working over there in the local live universe. If you don't know what it is, it's a mess over there, a bunch of drama, people screaming and yelling at each other all the time, every day. They got like 52,000 channels over there, all different types of one. Is she going to be on the main one? Is she the attraction? Folks, is she the main source of entertainment over there? Absolutely not, folks. She's on one of the smaller channels over there, but I guess you got to start somewhere, right? And the best part of this, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid is like, I don't know if she signed a contract over there, but they were saying that she going to have to work 1 day a week for 15 minutes. Nope. 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Nope. 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. And you know how that's gonna work out? It's not. You know why? Because she don't stick to nothing. Think about it. She got fired over here in YouTube and she ain't even been back here. I want you to think about it. She said in the past a lot of times she loved her supporters and I love you and all this stuff. She said during her live streams, and she would even come here if she wasn't getting paid. But that her whole story changed, right? But think about it. She ain't even put up a post here about getting hired on this thing. She didn't even announce to her audience. We had to find out because we be watching all the shows over here in the community, and we just was over there like, yo, that's Amberlynn Reid up in there. And that's how we found out. She don't even have, how can I say, the respect for her audience, the supporters, to say, hey, I'm gonna be over here in Local Bus channel. That's what it's gonna be called. Look right here, boom, the Local Bus. That's the channel she gonna be on as like a cast member or a host or something like that. But she didn't even tell her 250,000 people, hey, you wanna come see me? I know you miss me. Come watch me. She ain't saying nothing at all. Think about it. She ain't got no time, but she was also in this live stream over there announcing how she gonna go to Globe Bingo and she making millions and billions of dollars being a professional bingo player. She made $500 one time and then $1,100. So after all that, I did the calculations. She never got to work ever again. $1,600, boom, that's retirement money right there. But on top of that, think about it. Former baby girl Amberlynn Reid is gonna work 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. But why is that shocking? You know why? Because in another Local channel over there, Local Pit, she was talking to somebody over there, and you know what she said? That she gonna get remonetized possibly February 17th, that she could reapply. But that's all up for grabs right there. YouTube could be like, that's Amberlynn Reid, former big girl. Boom, nope, you getting out here. You not monetized ever again. Or they could say, yes, you are. And she said during that whole live stream too, that she gonna make her channel the priority. So you can see how there's a conflict of interest right here. The Local people be wanting her to do all this nonsense, 8 to 10 every single day, 5 days a week. And she like, no, I need my channel. I'm gonna make my money over here. So there's gonna be a conflict. There's gonna be massive drama going on. And you know what she gonna do? She gonna find a way to be like, oh, I can't make it up. I got bingo finger, bingo ham. I got a cramp. I can't even show up. Sorry. Maybe once a day, maybe once a week, once a lifetime. And my biggest question, how she gonna do 2 channels when she could barely do 1 channel? And right now she can't even do a community post. That's just typing like type. Hey, I like yous. I miss yous all. I love you. I'll be back. She ain't even got time for that nonsense, right? She's signing checks that she can't cash, right? That's how it's going over there. She gonna promise one thing until she get monetized, and then she gonna dip out right there, because 5 days a week ain't gonna happen. And the best part of this whole thing, I was watching the Local Live when they made the big announcement, and they're like, and the one and only Amberlynn Reid is gonna be on the cast of Local Bus over there. And she was just like sitting up in the corner, just quiet, saying nothing. That's not the community for my baby girl Amberlynn Reid to be the quiet one. That's the community where they be doing wild stuff over there. They be screaming, they be yelling, they be going at it 24/7 on every single channel. And former baby girl Amberlynn Reid can't handle that. She can't even handle the comments on her own channel. She be gone. She be, I can't take that. I can't take somebody said a mean thing. And you're gonna be over there in Local universe over there dealing with good luck with that. I wish you the best, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. You know why? Because this is gonna be some content for the reactors, content for the community, and some non-content for you. You You know why? Because you can't even handle your own channel on your own live stream. You is the back character. You're like the extra in the back on your own channel. That's how it is. And you now gonna be a cast member. You gotta come to the front. You gotta show them who you are, for my baby girl Amberlynn Reid. And they ain't gonna have somebody that's sitting quietly and complaining, and I gotta go and blah 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 blah. Two more blahs and a last blah. That's gonna be who she is, right? She gonna try to just sit back there and just cruise. Let somebody else do all the work, because I can't see. I've been watching former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. Let me check my watch right now, for 432 years, and I ain't seen her be the star of anything, right? So if she gonna come on there, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they starting her on the smaller channel and testing her out and see how it is. Because I see all the people. I dipped in all them channels. Let me just take there. Let me just click and see what's going on. And I could see they very lively people over there, and they always talking. And one thing we know about former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, she likes to talk a lot. And you know what it is? In the DMs, where it's quiet, where nobody can hear her. And that's what's going to be the problem. She can't be the star of this show if she can't even be the star of her own YouTube channel. And the best part is, it going to be 6 months she going to start from now? Nope. Is she going to practice? You know that ain't never going to happen. She ain't practicing nothing in her whole life. And you know when they're going to start? On January 1st. So today's the 27th. So that's 5 days from now. Former baby girl Amberlynn Reid's going to be the star of the Local Bus channel. Are yous already in the comments? No, you're not ready. You know why? Because you know nothing gonna happen. But we're gonna all sneak over there, 8 p.m. January 1st, and we're gonna see what the mess is gonna be. You know why? Because the people over there, I was in a little of them chats and I was listening to what they were saying, right? They have no clue who former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. They have no idea the history. They don't have the decades that we've put in here to know what's going on over there. So she can roll up in their channels and she can lie all she wants. But there's one thing that's gonna follow her: the community. And Girl World is not going anywhere. And if there's people that know the law and the history of Amberlynn Reid, is this community. They know every single time she did something in a video. They have a timestamp, and you can't hide it anymore, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. You know why? Because it's all archived over here in the community. Even though you deleted 2,759 videos or whatever you have, you can't hide from your history. You know why? Because even when the videos was up there, you was just denying it. It never happened. And they would link the channel, they would link the time, they would link the picture, they would link the voice chat of whatever you said, and you would still say, no, that was, no, I made a mistake. No. That's the problem. Local Live, no clue what's going on. And you know what's going to happen? Once they get over there and Girl World rolls up in the chat right there, and they just asking questions for super chat, because you know they're going to just send $2 super chat, $5 super chat, 10, $100 million, billion super chat, right? And they're going to say all the wild stuff that, you know, they're going to say, hey, what happened with that countertop in your bathroom and the paper towels or whatever it is and washcloths? They're going to say that. You know that's coming from my baby girl Amberlynn Reid. And they're going to ask all about Rarity. What happened to Rarity? How did you let Rarity out? And all that. And on top of that, they're going to find out. I know somebody going to send a super chat that's going to say what you did to Twinkie, right? That you left Twinkie home alone in pain, barely moving, so you could sneak out and go see your ex-girlfriend and eat at Chili's. Can you imagine that? And then tell your audience, sorry, there was no 24/7 veterinarian around. I couldn't find it. There was no go. I could not find a way to get some help for Twinkie. But you could get your current partner to take you to see your ex-partner to eat Chili's across the street from the veterinarian that you could have got help. Can you imagine if that came up in the chat? And then we're going to go on to, you know, the whole Tommy situation. There's going to be chats and chats about that and over, because the community got 10 years of stuff to go on, and you're going to be the star of the show over there. And when they come out, you know that's never going to disappear, right? They're going to now know who you are, and all the channels over there is going to go on. So on top of that, we know what's going to go on. Everybody in the comments know what's going on. We just got to wait till January 1st. Sit back, relax, get your snuggies, put your feet up, and get ready. Watch on your TV in 4K, 8K, whatever you got to do. We're going to see what's going on. So now that we're done with all that nonsense, we're going to move on to see what was going on. Because during Local channel right over there, they was announcing that they're gonna have another camp, right? They got like a resort that they all go to. It's like locale camp or something, and they spend a week or 2 weeks or 5 weeks. I don't know what it is, and they do wild stuff over there. They have exercise. They do all types of stuff. They got text chat over there where you could just send them money and they say wild stuff, and the people have to do it. Like if you said dress up in a duck suit and dance around and go in the pool swimming, they would probably do it. Everybody would have to do it, or whoever you asked. But how does that affect us? I heard that former baby girl Amberlynn Reid says she might be going. Is she gonna go when it's a million billion miles away? Nope, because last year I think it was in Houston, Texas over there, and she says she might have passed by. Nope, never gonna happen. But think about it. She says if it's not far away, I will probably go, right? But you took, what, 16-hour drive to Wisconsin to go see Tommy, but you can't make it to the locale camp to do some fun stuff over there for the audience. But you know what it is? Former baby girl Amberlynn Reid thinks she like the queen of trolls, the queen of girl world, the queen of probably locale channels over there now. And this is the best part. She said if they can make it in her location, like in Oklahoma, that she would show up and she would be on the show. Can you imagine, folks, if you just started, you getting just your foot in the door over here with the locale community, and you asking them to relocate the entire event they having to your location of Oklahoma, wherever it is, and you want them to be like in your backyard or rent your apartment there and do it in your house. That's pretty rude. You just a new cast member here and you asking people to move it to you, but they could do whatever they want. They want former baby girl Amberlynn Reid on their show so badly that they want to move it to Oklahoma. Go right ahead, folks. Move it to Oklahoma, please. Right where she living, I want you to move it right there. You know why? Because then we would get 24/7 former baby girl Amberlynn Reid on this locale camp show, and you could imagine, we got the community rolling in here, girl world. We got streamers, we got reactors, we got every single thing. This would be like the Super Bowl. We got people that would, how can I say, they would do this 24/7. If they not online, somebody else would be over there watching. And if they're not online, even another person, there would be 10 people just telling us what's going on. It would be the, how can I say, the Super Bowl of former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. And the best part, she could not disappear. She could not say, well, I gotta leave, I gotta fly all the way. I gotta drive all the way back from Texas to Oklahoma because I have a ingrown fingernail. And then she couldn't escape that. And it would be great. You know why? Because she would have to show who she actually is. And if you know anything about former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, there is one flaw in her whole plan. She is no longer good. She is not good at being live. She cannot hide who she is. She even tried that members only thing. Didn't work. She had to come back live, and then she was just going after the audience, and she made the whole thing boring, and people just bounced out. They went over there and they was watching Foodie Wan Kenobi instead of watching former baby girl Amberlynn Reid because it was so boring. And think about it, she gonna have to do this for at least a week, and it's gonna be hours, and she gonna have to do what they say. It's not gonna be, well, I'm Amberlynn Reid, I could do what I want. That's not how it is. Whoever's over there, I think Kingstar's over there, and he gonna be like, this is the rules, this is what you gotta follow, and you can't play none of this nonsense. And there's another thing that we know. Amberlynn Reid don't like to be told nothing. She don't like no rules. She like to do what she wants to do. So this is going to be, how can I see, some conflict of interest, and you could see it. There's going to be a lot of screaming going on, a lot of, I don't even know. You better get your tissues ready because Amberlynn Reid is going to cry us a river when she can't deal with this. I want you to just look back at the live stream era when Beck was around and think about it. Beck had to do the entire live stream, and Amberlynn Reid was just off scene crying and complaining and didn't want to do it. That's what's going to happen here. She can't handle this. And you know who's going to get a phone call? Her mama Lynn over there. Hey, could you please pick me up? Please, I need to come home right now. Please, when? And Amberlynn live in the same town, so it doesn't even make sense. She have no escape, but she thinks this is good. She thinks she's like the star. And you can see when Amberlynn Reid, she's like, they're talking about me. I'm Amberlynn Reid. I'm a famous. You should not be proud of this, that you're famous in this situation, Amber. I'm going to give you advice. Do not be proud that you in this situation, but go ahead. If you want to feel that you're the queen of this community, go right ahead because it gives us something to do, right? So I got a question for everybody in the comment section. How many of you actually believe that former baby girl Amberlynn Reid is gonna, how can I say, last on the locale bus show? If you think so, go down there. She's gonna be the greatest. Amberlynn Reid is gonna be the locale bus queen, right? Write that in the comment section. Wait, I'm gonna predict. Nope, there's nobody wrote that. And number 2 question, how many people actually believe that former baby girl is gonna last on the locale camp, the resort thing where they have to do exercise, dancing and hang gliding and bungee corbin and scuba diving. Former baby girl Amberlynn Reid scuba diving on that show. How many of you actually believe she's going to win? She's going to get the trophy of Log Cow Camp champion. I just look, nope, never gonna happen. The only thing she gonna get is like on Big Brother when you get kicked out first. That's gonna be our former baby girl Amberlynn Reid on that show. Well, that's the end of the video, folks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Later.